Hi everyone, today's master class will be dealing with blinks. Now blinks are very important in animation because they really help to keep your character looking alive. And this character here we have is Russell. She'll be our model for today. I have her set up with shape keys for her face over here, and as you can see, as we slide each slider, like for the brows down, I have those individual controls. This one blinks the eye, etc. The most important controls you'll need to set up is make sure you set up lower lids, and what the lower lids are the ones that of course raise and lower the lower lids. Okay, on to blinks. Now a common generic blink that most people use is the 2 frames to close, keep them closed for 2 frames, and then 3 frames to open. So let's look at that right here. We'll start with both eyes open. The next frame we advance a little bit. Second frame, the eyes are closed. The next frame is a hold, so we'll just hold that. And then 3 frames to open. 1 frame. Next frame. Next frame is completely open. And when we play that back, that looks pretty good. Russell's blinking her eyes and everything, but there is a way to really dress this up and really make this look even more alive. So let's get rid of what we did there. And this is going to take, this is like what I call the kind of like the 10 frame blink, because there's really much more to this than just, blinking with the usual 6 frames. So let's start from the beginning again. The very first frame is both eyes open. Okay, the next frame, the top lids move slightly downward, so let's just move them a little bit. And let's put a keyframe on these lower lids because those will come into play in the next frame. So here we go to the next frame. We want the lids, upper lids, to be halfway down, and we want the bottom lids to move up slightly. So just a little bit. Moving on to the next frame, both of these lids meet in the middle. So let's move there. So everything, as you can see with Russell, both of these lids. Let's close that one a little bit more. Okay, now we're meeting in the middle. The next frame, the upper lids continue to move downward, but as they do that, they push the lower lids downward with them. So let's advance 1 frame, and we are bringing the lower lids down a little bit, but pushing the upper lids down. Then we move on to the next frame. We're going to start opening the eye. So we're advancing and opening the upper lids a little bit, but the bottom lids continue downward. Let's go a little further, and Russell's eyes are opened a little bit more. And the bottom lids now are completely open. We go 1 more frame and we open up Russell's eyes completely. Now when we play this back, you can see that it gives just a little more life to it. Just a little bit more. But there's a way to make this look even better. So let's go back to our initial frame, which was, in this case, it was in frame 10. So let's back up 1 frame. Now let's use the eyebrows. Let's bring the eyebrows into play. So let us actually back up 2 frames because we need to set keyframes for the brows not moving. We advance to this next keyframe, and let's start the brows downward. And what we're doing is we're going to make it look like the brows are going to push down the upper lids. So let's advance the frame again. Bring them down. See, the eyes are going down and the brows are pushing them down. And let's completely bring the eyebrows down. And we can hold on that a little bit, but let's start bringing them up now, since see, her eyes are starting to open. And what we want to happen is we want the brows to finish opening, so to speak, before the eyes do. So let's look at that now. We use that and see there's a little more, see much more motion, as a matter of fact. It looks a little more fleshy, a little more alive. And there's one other thing we can do with this. Stand by. We can use, what I put in here is this crease right here. And what that does, it puts a crease right between Russell's eyes. So once again, let's get on, put in a keyframe to begin with. Let's move down and let's slightly crease it. Move again, slightly crease. As you can see, the crease is getting a little more and more pronounced. And that may be enough. So let's just use that. And let's start moving the crease back out again. As the eyebrows are going up, the crease is disappearing. And we'll play this. And as you can see, it gives a lot more of a fleshy look to Russell's face as she's blinking. And it gives it just much more character. And you can even take this a little bit further if you have controls on the cheeks here. You can also compress the cheeks upward as your lower lids contract as they go upward. So I hope you'll use this and hope you got something out of it. And we will see you next time at the next masterclass. Be sure to share, be sure to click like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.